Most definitely, man. It's my senior year, so I want to end everyone with a bang, but especially this one back at home, yeah, in the hometown, backyard. Definitely, I would want to get this win, yeah.
What do you remember about the first one against Alabama? I think you actually had a pretty good game, came off the bench and hit a few threes late. How important was that for kind of your confidence as a freshman and doing that in front of the home crowd there too?
Yeah, it was an amazing moment, man. Walking out there, I was just happy to just even be on the court from the start of the game to the end of it, and being thrown in there and showing, what I could do freshman year. Yeah, it was an amazing moment for me, yeah, for sure.
How much is Seattle a motivation for you in terms of, I think it's a first-round site this year again,
Really,
I think.
really.
Does that put a little more motivation in your pocket?
Yeah. I would say motivation, and that's just a great opportunity for Seattle. Seattle hoops, the community around Seattle. We tend to bring out a lot of fans from Gonzaga over here in Seattle. So yeah, it should be fun, man. I can't wait.
What'd you learn from watching Kentucky last night?
Um, they Clemson's a real good team. Their defense is remarkable. But Kentucky's good as well. It's just they got a lot of numbers. They go as deep as we do. When it comes to going into their bench. So they're real talented. But I think if we play the right way, our Zag way, I think we should do just fine.
Let's talk a little bit about, sorry, Cole. Talk a little bit about the challenge of Kentucky's backcourt for you, maybe personally, whether it's handling ball pressure or just trying to get defensive stops.
Yeah, they are real handsy on defense, man. They, especially Lamont Butler. He took that tenacity from San Diego over there in San Diego State. So yeah, man, I feel like he's brought a different energy to the Kentucky guards on sitting down and taking pride in playing defense. So all props to him. That's my guy as well. So show him love when I can.
Knowing these kind of week-long breaks, I know you got to stay locked in, but you'll have this and then another one after for
Right.
UConn. Just how important is it for you to just sort of not be on the court, just kind of take a minute, take it all in?
No, it's needed. It's needed. Not just only for me, but for my teammates. We're constantly going, constantly at it, constantly, on the floor, on the court, and everything. So it's much needed, to take a little bit of time away from basketball. We got class, school, and everything too. So finals week is right here. So it's needed. Especially this 1 week, get our finals and everything done, and we're right back to it. So it's needed.
Finals this week?
Finals is this week and next week, so mine's is this week. So yeah.
With all that time, though, is it also a chance to, I don't know, you don't want to overdo it, but do you get in the gym even more, maybe on your own?
Yeah, I may go like late night. When I can't get no sleep or nothing. I be having a hard time sleeping, so I just be going in there late at night. Yeah.
You gonna miss finals? Are you?
No. Yeah, not at all. Yeah, not at all. I can't wait for this to be over. This is the last of it. So I'm out down home stretch. So
How many you got?
I got four finals. Yeah. 4.
Do you get a lot of kids who come through your camps in the summer coming to these games in Seattle usually, and how cool is that to see them there? And what do they tell you about the experience watching you?
Man, I had a kid, camper, come all the way down to Bahamas last week, man, and it was amazing, So, our brand's gone international, that's what I love about it. But yeah, Seattle, that is where the home base is, So I'm sure I'm going to catch a ton of, to give back T-shirts in the crowd and everything. So, yeah, man, it's a blessing.
Who handles the tickets? Is it your parents, the tickets for all your family and friends?
Definitely my parents.
How many
Yeah.
people do you anticipate, rough estimate?
Right now we're at 13, so we'll see if it goes up higher. We never know, but they might have to get their own tickets for this one.
Nolan, what do you remember about playing Mark Pope coach teams, and how do you think this one kind of compares to those old BYU teams?
And he's a great coach. What he's done in his single year, over at Kentucky, already starting off hot, and bringing the same, culture that they brought from BYU. That's all I got from it when watching Kentucky. I just really thought it was BYU, in just a different jersey. But Yeah, man, he's an incredible coach. You know, they live and die by that three. You know, so we're gonna know that going into the game for sure.
The three ball for you, you look at your career numbers, where you started, where you're at,
Mm-hmm.
the progression there, and you probably see it with other guys in the program. What goes into that? Why is that taking place here for you and others?
I would just say my roles became bigger. You know, my work that I've been doing, you know, it's been really paying off and showing. You know, and not just only me. I feel like a lot of these guys, you know, on the team have really developed their things that, you know, they might not be as good as, you know, in the previous years. So, yeah, you know, like Graham, he's been working on his conditioning. You know, he constantly says that, and you know, I'm working on my shot. I'm working on, you know, every aspect of my game. So I'm sure all my guys are doing the same thing. So.
You do anything specific with the three ball?
Not so much. I mean, you walk into a gym and you know the first thing you do is shoot the ball. So I'm definitely working on my shot. You know, majority of the time. But I feel like a lot of the other things that are little, you know, in the hoop thing is the thing that I'm really dialing in on this senior year, which is kind of like, you know, making sure I'm guarding my yard and you know, making sure I'm giving it my all on certain aspects of the game. So yeah.
Not the floater.
Floater.
Pretty dumb.
Yeah. And honestly, I'd be talking to Julian about this. I feel like, you know, I'd be having to, we kind of just switched positions. You know, he went off and do his thing, and I went on to, you know, fill that role in, you know, floaters, threes. So it's kind of unique. But I think Gonzaga has one player like that every year, you know, that's floaters, threes. So I'm glad I stepped in the role.
What do you think's been behind the free throw shooting? I think you guys were 91% from the line down there last week, and I think you're somewhere around 83% for the year.
Really?
Is there anything extra you guys are doing behind the scenes, or anything that you guys have changed in your routine during practice, or anything that's allowed for that to happen?
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say that. Not at all. I think you know, other than coach just in the middle of practice after a hard drill or something, you know, we'll get to the free throw line. But other than that, no, I'm not sure.
Do you have to make a certain amount before you leave the gym, or do you try to make a certain amount?
I mean, yeah, he gives us limits. We'll do 25 or 50, you know, one time. But you know, it's pretty much just him, you know, telling us, you know, we gotta get some free throws up. It's never really like, you know, the obligation, you know.
Have you seen KB miss a free throw yet? Yep.
I have seen him miss a few in a row actually, and I pointed it out to him, but you know, that's how KB is. He tries to act like nothing happened, so you know, nothing wrong with it.
And then,
I was just gonna say, when you don't have games stacked up and they're spaced out like this, what do you do conditioning wise? Is that part of it to stay where you want to be?
Well, honestly, man, I think my conditioning kind of stays the same during the season. I don't quite go, you know, get too tired or none of that. I think just continuing the practices every time, you know, we'll have one day off and then we'll go right back to it on numerous days of going back and forth. So I don't think I'm ever like getting tired, you know, or anything during the season. So.
Andrew Carr played with Hunter at Wake Forest last year. Have you reached out to Hunt for a scouting report on him yet?
Nah, I haven't, man. I haven't speak to Hunt in a minute. He's been busy himself, so, you know, he's been trying to rack up some wins himself over there at Wake, so I ain't been really too much in touch with him. But, yeah, I definitely need to hit him for the Carr report.
You guys always talk about how your practices are super competitive just because of the depth that you guys have. Is there anything you do differently maybe to prepare for a bigger opponent that just try to keep you guys fresh, something new, something different during practice?
I wouldn't say nothing new or fresh. I'm sure Coach, you know, at the start of this week, you know, usually he'll do something fun like Olympic drill or, you know, 3-on-3 or something like that just to start it off and just to get our, you know, our energy going, because it's kind of hard, you know, when you go in season after, you know, especially getting a few wins, and, you know, he always says you don't want to drink that poison, you know, of feeling like complacent and everything. So, you know, he'll spice it up a little bit and, you know, get us back going, energy right and everything. So it'd be needed sometimes. It'd be needed.
What's the Olympic drill?
So it's kind of just 3-on-2 continuous, and then a person runs in, touches the half court, and get back on defense. It's kind of like a fast break drill, kind of. Yeah.
Time for one more for Nolan.
What's the best part of playing in Seattle?
man, I'm just in the backyard, and a whole bunch of my family, my friends, and everything, they could just be there and watch me play. So that's probably the biggest thing about it. Yeah.
All right, we're open for questions.
Like the 3-day tournament, what you kind of make of that? Does it feel sort of like an AAU tournament to you down there for the first time? Or?
Yeah, kind of did something like that last year with Pepperdine in Las Vegas, but it was great. 3 games, kind of tested it. Like 3 games tested us all. First game was a nail biter, but then we came back stronger with Indiana and Davidson. So I think we had a great 3-day stretch, and we came through. The team did good. Yeah, I'm proud of the guys.
You shared the story about the basketball court that you and your dad built back home in your backyard. When you think about going from playing on that court to playing at Climate Pledge for a team like Gonzaga against the Blue Blood, what kind of comes to mind? Kind of a full circle moment, I'm sure.
I mean, shout out to my dad. He didn't have to do that. It cost a lot of money building that court, but it paid off. That COVID time was just, bad for all of us. So he just built a court for me and my family, and every day I just started, getting shots up. And now going back to the backyard in Seattle, in the Climate Pledge, it's a full circle. It's amazing.
You grew up rooting for the Sonics, or any memories of? You might have been a little young, but
Yeah, I was.
Going to games or anything like that, or?
Nah, I don't remember going to a Sonic game. I did watch a lot of the Lakers and Kobe, so I was a fan of him. So, yeah.
What did you see the other night with Kentucky, watching them last night?
Yeah, it was a good game. Andrew Carr, Kobe Brea, Jackson, they all fought hard, but, they got out-rebounded, and, rebound is part of the game, and I feel like to win games, you have to defend and rebound, so that's what Clemson did.
What do you make of their front court guys that you'll be going against?
Yeah, Andrew Carr and Amari Williams, very tough guys, really aggressive. They can all shoot, so just got to be ready to guard the threat defensively and offensively. So just bring your hard hat and being ready to come and play. So.
Do you have a lot of family coming to this game in Seattle, or what does your fan club look like?
Yeah, a lot of people, a lot of family and friends. Yeah, my sisters, my parents, my uncles, a couple of my friends back home, and it's just going to be good for them to just watch me play in person finally, and it's going to be a great event, and I can't wait to put on the show.
Does that ease the nerves that they're going to be there, or does it put on more pressure for you?
I think it will ease the nerves because I just know them, and they've been supporting me my whole life, so just playing good for them would be great.
Kenny Hart's not able to make it because he has a tournament, right?
Yeah.
But I think he said a few of his assistant coaches are going to be able to come and watch you.
Yeah, Coach Wright and my head coach Brian, they might come through and watch me play, and they haven't. I don't think they've watched me play in person yet, so that would be a great feeling, having them come through and support me.
What did it mean to have Kenny in the Bahamas last week for him to make that trip with his family?
It was great. He's been here the whole ride, and he just taught me so much about the game when I was playing JUCO, and he's like another father to me. Whenever I have like a bad game, I call him, and he talks me through it. So just love him. Yeah.
How have you kind of adapted to this new role? Obviously last year at Pepperdine, a lot of things went through you. You played a lot.
Yeah.
Now that you and Vinny are kind of sharing that spot, you're
Yeah.
starting right now, but it seems like whoever's playing better, that's who coach is going to rise. So how have you kind of adapted to a new role with the new team?
Yeah, it's been different, but I learned to accept it. And whenever I play, I can play 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes to play my hardest. And yeah, so is Benny. Me and him, we go at it at practice. So me and him are just two dogs, ready to play. So yeah.
Like this program hasn't had much success in Seattle the last few years. I guess just kind of what's the message from Coach this week, especially to the new guys like you and KB about heading into this game in this arena?
Just be yourself. Play your game. Don't do anything extra. Just come ready to play. They're going to be coming ready to play off of a loss, so we just got to be ready, prepared to give it our all. I feel like whoever is the more aggressive team will win, I think, at the end of the day. So, yeah.
Any more, Mike?
Mike, I know it's kind of a crazy ride for you to get here, coming from Kent,
Yeah.
right here. Who are some of those people in Seattle that have really kind of helped you get to this point, you think?
Shout out my parents, my dad, my sisters. They used to play basketball. They used to coach me up a little too. Coach Hart. Just my AAU coach from Kent Elite. Just a lot of people, helping me throughout this journey. But yeah, I mean, like a lot of people, from different areas helped me. But I feel like myself, I chose to be here and I chose to do the work. So just want to pat myself on the back too.
Kind of got a stretch here where you don't play a bunch of games,
Yeah.
like it'll be the rest of the year in the league.
Yeah.
What are you able to do maybe to heal your body if you need it, or to get into the gym more? How do you approach kind of having some time to do some different things?
Well, I feel like at Pepperdine, I used to just go, go, go and not give myself any rest. So just giving me a little bit more rest, getting the hot tub, cold tub every after practice, getting those Normatec boots, stretching, yeah, just those little things, eating right, those type of things will help you recovery-wise.
Obviously, playing in McCarthy is special, but what's something special getting to play in these like different arenas around the country? Seattle, obviously, now since we're playing, even in the Bahamas, just kind of going everywhere.
It's amazing. Like, I never played in the Climate Pledge, so that'd be the first. And then UConn at the MSG, it's a dream come true. Like, I feel like every player wants to play over there and show out. So that's just amazing. Never thought I would be here. Shout out to God. And yeah, I'm very hopeful for the future and playing those type of games and those type of environments. Yeah, I love it.
Did you play at Key Arena?
No, I never played at Key Arena. Yeah, it's just, this year we have like so many big games and so many big events and arenas. So it's amazing what Coach Few put it together.
Have you watched a game there before, a Climate Pledge, a college game?
Oh yeah, Storms game, some other college games, but never played in it. Yeah.
I asked Nolan about the free throw shooting. What's your personal free throw routine? Do you have something that you try to mark that you try to hit during practice, or if you go in by yourself, you try to hit this many or shoot this many?
I mean, I think after every little drill or workout, I'll get like 10 or 20 free throws. I gotta make 10 in a row, 5 in a row to move on to the next drill. And then at the end, I'll try to make at least 25 to 50 free throws after every workout, just trying to build muscle memory.